EFCC refutes claim of release of list of former governors to be investigated for alleged corruption. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, assures journalists of safe environment for practice. Stimulating students' interests, National Mathematical Center takes teachers training to Bayelsa State. Hello and welcome to News Desk 3 on NTA NEWS24. We are reaching you live from Abuja. I am Mina Daniels. Following a directive by Minister of Works David Umahi on revoking old contracts and signing of new ones, the Federation of Construction Industry of Nigeria had a meeting with the minister on issues affecting existing contracts to lay out modalities on how to expedite action and resume work. President of the Federation of Construction Industry in Nigeria, Bara Vincent, says contractual issues affecting members had to be discussed with the minister, as most jobs are no longer ongoing, raising their concerns with the ministry.
The Minister of Work is our employer, and he has his view on issues and approach, and as a federation, we have to discuss with him based on the current realities and the way it affects our members. The issue of approach or non-approach is not the issue. The issue is that there are facts, there are issues that has to be streamlined for all these, most of these projects to come on board again. So that's the main issue.
The president expressed delight over the engagement, noting that they are optimistic of a positive outcome. The Federation of Construction Industries of Nigeria is a group consisting of a majority of notable companies in Nigeria which advocates for members and solving issues affecting them. Meanwhile, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has dissociated itself from a report circulating in sections of the media, claiming it has released a list of former governors being investigated for alleged corruption. A statement by the head of media and publicity of the commission, Dele Oyewole, says the so-called list is a disingenuous fabrication designed to achieve motives known only to the authors. He urged the public to ignore the report as it is false and misleading, while the media is advised to cross-check facts pertaining to matters under investigation with the Commission to avoid misleading the public with false reports. The National Examination Council, NECO, says it has digitalized its recruitment process for examination supervisors and assistant supervisors for the Basic Education Certificate Examination and the Senior School Certificate Examination, internal and external. A statement by NECO's Acting Director, Information and Digital Communication, Aziz Sani, says the digitalization is to check sharp practices in the recruitment process and to enhance efficiency and effective service delivery. The digitalization process, which involves migration from the manual recruitment of supervisors and assistant supervisors to online system, would ensure that supervisors' nomination forms, appointment letters, and supervisors' e-photo albums are generated online. Also, routine swapping of supervisors and assistant supervisors during the examination will be done online. Interested qualified teachers with NCE, degree certificates, master's degrees, PhD, and professors are eligible to apply as supervisors and assistant supervisors for BC or SSCE, internal or external. A one-week training of primary and secondary school teachers on effective teaching methods to stimulate interest and understanding of mathematics by pupils and students is ongoing in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. Ebinimi Zitemiola reports that the trainers gathering has been undertaken by the National Mathematical Center, NMC, Abuja.
Mathematics is fundamental for everyday living. It is the underpinning for sciences, technology, engineering, and commerce. Despite these benefits, a great percentage of students' population entertain phobia for the subject or are less interested. Teachers are also grossly inadequate. Many blamed the situation mainly on the teaching methods, lack of instructional materials, and modern laboratories. Hence, the one-week training on the use of modern mathematics kits for teachers of basic education in Bayelsa State by the National Mathematical Center in collaboration with the Universal Basic Education Board.
The essence of this workshop is to upgrade their knowledge. With the instructional material, which is mathematical kit being procured by UBEC, we are here to train them on how to use the mathematical kits. And with this mathematical kits, that will demystify the study and the learning of mathematics.
Director and Chief Executive, National Mathematical Center, Professor Promise Mebina, represented by the registrar, charged participants to apply knowledge and techniques gained to stimulate students' interest in mathematics. The teachers were also urged to prepare students to take advantage of the junior and senior Olympiad competition, where the outstanding participants benefit from foreign scholarships.
People say volume of a cylinder is pi r square h. How? This can be practical. And when these are practicalized, the children will internalize this, and in the long run, consequence, they will now have better understanding.
National Mathematical Center, what we do is that we recommend them to this international community. It is there and then they take over and they interact directly with the students.
Executive Secretary, Bayelsa State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Victor Okubonanabo, also appreciated the National Mathematical Center for the training and promised more partnership.
The state government will synergize with the National Mathematical Center to do more, so as to step down the training at the grassroots level.
We learned mathematics skills, how to teach our people, know how to solve mathematics.
We are going to demonstrate it when we go back to our schools.
A total of 100 teachers benefited from the training. Ebinimi Zitemiola, NTA News.
The federal government has expressed its unwavering commitment to addressing banditry in the country to save lives of citizens. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, gave the indication in a message to a workshop on environmental and safety in management in Abuja. Curtailing banditry to safeguard workers dominated discussions as participants believe that government efforts so far have reduced activities of bandits in parts of the country.
To nip the process of banditry into bud. So government is not resting. It's not sitting on the horn about the banditry matters or issues. Government is fighting headlong.
Because banditry exists both in the cities and in the villages, right? For those in the villages, it manifests as those that are being kidnapped from their farms and from their houses. We will have to do something about the way we administer the villages as we used to do before.
Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has reaffirmed the federal government's sustained commitment to safeguarding press freedom, promoting diverse opinions, and protecting the rights of journalists. This was at an event organized by the Nigerian Union of Journalists to commemorate the year 2024 World Press Freedom Day. Salihu Wanara reports.
In addition to their roles in the development of any democratic society, members of the pen profession have been reminded to reflect and sustain the sacrifices of their founding fathers and endeavor to be critical partners in nurturing democracy.
Press freedom is very important to uphold. Freedom of expression is something that nobody should toy with. But I keep telling us also and reminding us that Your freedom also has to come with enormous responsibility. You cannot allow purveyors of what is called fake news to occupy your space. It is so easy for anybody now to pick his pen or to pick his phone or his computer and say something or write something that will put this country in a problem.
The federal government says it is conscious of the fundamental importance of a free and independent press in fostering democracy, promoting transparency, and safeguarding human rights, and therefore wants journalists to reciprocate this gesture by protecting the excesses of misinformation and disinformation.
As members of the Fourth Estate of the Rim, what they do is very important for our democracy. We'll continue to strive to encourage them, to support them, and to ensure that the press is always given the free space for them to practice their profession.
Nigeria's democracy under the renewed hope, the minister assured his government by the friends of the media and for the media. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
Meanwhile, media should continue to play a crucial role in checking the excesses of those in government, help in exposing corruption and abuse of power, while helping to prevent authoritarianism and promote adherence to the rule of law. This was the consensus at the Nigerian Union of Journalists Press Freedom and Good Governance Awards 2024. Hamad Jabani reports that Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Salihu Abdul Hamid Dembas, was honored with the Good Governance Awards mass mobilization.
Journalists Press Freedom and Good Governance Award is aimed not only to celebrate the outstanding achievements of journalists and advocates of press freedom, but also to recognize the vital link between press freedom and good governance in a democratic society. It is in the light of this that speakers reminded participants that the Constitution mandates the media to hold government accountable, operate freely, and be protected because it is crucial for good governance. Nevertheless, media practitioners must operate responsibly by taking adequate steps to report accurate, objective, and balanced news, while the doctrine of fairness is considerably reflected in their reportage.
I strongly believe that for a viral, vibrant, and free press to thrive in any nation, including our country, Nigeria, there is the need for an enabling legal environment and efficient judicial system.
We all have a role to play in democracy. And democracy must be fought for. Democracy must be defended. Good governance is a very simple way of defending democracy.
Borno is transitioning from crisis reporting for journalists to stabilization reporting. Journalists have been granted the free space to operate, and even some outstanding journalists have been asked to join government.
Let us recognize that press freedom is not a privilege, but a right. It's not a luxury, but a necessity. Let us therefore pledge to defend and protect freedoms that we hold dear, for they are the foundation upon which our democracy rests.
The event honored media honors political and public office holders who have actively supported press freedom and significantly contributed to the development of Nigeria. Among them is the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Salihu Abdulhamid Dambos, who received the Good Governance Award Mass Mobilization. Pauline Kujevana of NTA Maiduguri Zonal Network Center as Torchbearer of Press Freedom Award, and many other recipients for different categories. Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
This is the News Desk at 3 on NTA NEWS24. More reports after the break. President Bola Tinubu is committed towards a better Nigeria. Senate President Godswill Akpabio said this at a grand reception in his honor, organized by the stakeholders of Ikot Senatorial District of Akwa Ibom State. Clement Barikui reports.
Organized by stakeholders of Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District, this grand reception is in honor of the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Among dignitaries to convey their felicitations is Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoino, who assures of his administration's determination to support all Akwa Ibom sons and daughters who are doing well in different spheres of human endeavor, irrespective of party affiliations.
Your Excellency, never again will Akwa Ibom be divided. Never again will Akwa Ibom bring down their sons and their daughters. Never again will Akwa Ibom stand on the wheel of progress of our people. We must realize that we are a minority state, and together we stand, divided we will fall.
I'm also proud of him because the good work he's doing for Nigeria. I'm very, very glad for the declaration that was made by you people a while ago, that he should return to the Senate unopposed. That is a very, very good gesture.
Overwhelmed by the massive show of love, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, while describing Governor Umoino as a unifier and an apostle of peace, reassures that the National Assembly will continue to stand by him to ensure the success of his administration.
You send me to go for duties on your behalf. I will never forget the uncommon love that you have for me. As you have loved me, I also love you. I love you, and God will continue to love you.
There was the conferment of Exemplary Leadership Award on the Senate President and the Governor by the people of Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial Districts. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
The Sultan of Sokoto Alhaji Mohammed Saad Abubakar and the Sheikh of Borno Abubakar Ibn Omar Garba El Kenemi have called for robust synergy between citizens and security agencies in area of intelligence gathering for the country to win the fight against insurgency, banditry, and other security challenges. The monarchs at the 5th anniversary of the Emir of Lafia, Nasarawa State, urged traditional rulers to complement government's efforts by promoting peaceful and harmonious coexistence in their domains. Aliyu Tijani reports.
It's a convergence of royal fathers from the north, south and west, with solidarity of their counterpart across the Niger, who met in Lafia, in their commitment to building bridges of unity and sustained conversations for a united Nigeria. Issues of insecurity, poverty and education resonate as the traditional rulers are unanimous in supporting government effort in tackling insecurity through sustained engagement with their subjects, promote community policing, and monitor influx of suspicious persons in their environment. The Sultan of Sokoto and the Sheikh of Borno emphasized that winning the war against insurgency and banditry, among other security challenges, requires collective effort.
Our governors need to work. They are working, but Nigerians are in a hurry.
The only permanent solution to these our problems are two. One, prayers. Two, to provide useful and credible information to the law enforcement agencies.
For us in Nasarawa State, we are forever grateful to our traditional rulers for their support, for their kindness, because with the support we are able to see a lot of progress, a lot of development going on.
Treated to a Doba depicting royalty and cultural heritage. Dignitaries were also introduced to the first museum of the Lafia Emirate Council. In Lafia, Aliyu Tijani, NTA News.
The Tafidan Nukbe Ambassador Yahya Danjuman Dage Farouk has congratulated the Emir of Bade Abubakar Omar bin Suleiman on his 18 years anniversary on the throne, and the occasion equally brought the convergence of badminton players, lovers of badminton and various stakeholders in badminton to the Asian city of Gashua, Yobe State, in a Royal Classic badminton tournament organized to celebrate with Mbade, who is also rated not only as a veteran badminton player, but equally ardent supporter of the badminton game in Nigeria. Among other personalities, Emir of Bade's support equally has taken Nigeria to the first ranking in Africa and also compete with Asia and Europe in badminton games that led to the growth and development of not only Africa, but at the grassroots, which afforded teaming Nigerian youths the opportunity to compete both at home and abroad. A non-governmental organization under the auspices of Development Initiative of West Africa, DIWA, says to achieve gender equality between men and women as advocated by Islamic religion, all forms of violence against women must be eradicated. This formed part of the resolutions reached by participants at the end of a 5-day workshop on empowering Islamic religious and community leaders towards addressing gender-based violence. Husana Musa reports.
Initiative of West Africa, DIWA, is a non-profit organization established to assist in the reduction of inequality in the distribution of resources, peace building, and the enhancement of opportunities to disadvantaged and vulnerable communities. To therefore deliver on its mandate, the organization drew participants from various civil society organizations, security outfits, including representatives of 2 local government areas in Niger State, Chanchaga and Kontagora, to effectively address issues of gender-based violence and its attendant consequences from Islamic perspectives.
We want to achieve combating against child violence and confinement of women at home, which is not Islamically enshrined in our own book as Muslims. And then as Muslims, we are here to serve the globe. We're not here to serve just the Muslims. We're here to serve even the non-Muslims.
We have learned a lot here, things that we didn't even know that we need, like bringing culture into religion. Some people take it to be completely haram. There are things that Allah allowed. Like in our culture, you need to respect your elders by kneeling, you understand? Some people term it as completely haram, which is not haram.
The 5-day engagement, which emphasized the role of religious and community leaders as gatekeepers, was concurrently held across Niger, Kwara, Kogi, and Benue states. Imena Hussaina Musa, NTA News.
The saying that thousands have lived without love, not one without water, connotes the important role of the element in human existence. Despite its numerous uses, it still claims lives when necessary and safety standards are not followed. It is in view of this that lifeguard refresher training was held to acquaint participants with international best standards and techniques. Olajide Bello reports.
Nigeria in recent times has experienced cases where both the young and old have drowned and lifeguards could not perform any form of life-saving activity or cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR. Both at home and traveling, safety, according to experts, is germane, and that is why this gathering is championing the cause. Isaac Onoja is a lifeguard instructor.
But ultimately, drowning awareness and water safety must be taught to people who come around water.
What are the safety equipment and techniques a lifeguard must possess?
Pool, you need this. This is a flexible rescue material you can use to rescue. You need the line. This is a pole. This is a pole you can use to rescue someone in the pool by staying outside. You just hand it over somebody who is struggling and you recover the person out. You need to have the life buoy. It's called a life buoy.
To curb incidents of drowning in swimming pools, what role can the government play?
Safety Department, the Federal Ministry of Health should take this very seriously. Go and check these swimming pools, check those who have commercial pools, and are they following health and safety standards? If not, we'll keep losing Nigerians.
He also spoke against the load and go syndrome of drowned victims and those with heart attack.
We do not allow you to move anybody in a cardiac arrest or somebody who has drowned to the hospital. If you move them, you actually aided their death. You need to perform on site. What people do in Nigeria is load and go.
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, according to Isaac, should be learnt by all and sundry as a first aid administered to save lives. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 3 on NTA NEWS24. Thanks for watching. I am Mina Daniels.